Welcome back, everybody. I finally got into the mood to come tonight. So, I'm not gonna waste time once again. I got the VR headset here. I'm gonna put them on here right away. There's a VR chat update that also came out today, both on Steam and on the Oculus VR app. So, I got those things taken care of already. We're gonna be doing some world hopping here tonight. I did find some. Hold on. Let me make sure my microphone is actually working. Okay, it's working. Like I was saying, there were a couple of worlds. Once again, I didn't have time to do any VR off screen. Been too busy again. But I was able to do some world hopping, and I did find a couple interesting worlds, and I wonder if they're going to be good on performance on the VR headset itself. That's a very good question. I will find out here shortly. But I will try to squeeze in some extra time for other VR games as well today. That's what I'm going to try to see if I can do that. Because I tried to do that yesterday, but I could not. Anyway, I posted everything. I didn't miss anything. Good. Also, the microphone is working. Making sure of that this time. So we are... Got the headlink cable here. And we are gonna get started here in a moment. So, we are gonna be doing VR again. Oh, yep, I'm going to switch the microphone from this condenser to the headset itself. Not the same quality, but better to have that than make it sound distant. So, I'm gonna turn this thing on. Here we go. Here we go. It's good to see you all again. I would have loved to start it early today, but today was another busy week for me, especially recovering mentally. So I did whatever was possible to make sure I did not lose myself. So, hold on a second. I did not put my headlight cable on yet. Let's do it. And there it is. Enable Quest Link. And now we are going to... you can't see it, but I'm just getting myself prepared here. Okay. Okay, we're gonna make sure that... Okay, I'm gonna make sure that this thing is in front of me. Hey Glitch, sorry to keep you waiting, but I finally got into the mood here. Not only is it gonna be VR chat today, but I'm also gonna try to do other VR games as well on top of things. I just got another video done on Rainbow Six Siege today. This time it's 6 minutes long. I actually got something good from that game. When it comes to VR chat on all the other VR games that I've done, I thought I had... There's a new Phasmophobia-like game called Forewarned. I thought there was going to be enough footage for that, but unfortunately nothing really stood out. But I will willing to play that game again to see what it's like. So you're good to see you again, man. Alrighty, so let's make sure that... Okay, so... I'm just putting this headset on, and the last thing I gotta do is switch the microphone. All right, good. So I'm switching the microphone from the condenser to the VR headset itself. So this is what I look like, but I will be showing you VR chat here momentarily. So here we go. I'm going to launch VR chat here in the background. And it's not just going to be VR chat we're going to be doing tonight. I haven't had a chance to do VR chat off screen, actually. I haven't had the time. But I'll try to do that again. I will try. But it's not that simple. I got things going on. But yeah, Flaming, welcome back to you as well. Today you're green. I have another Rainbow Six Siege video that I'm going to be releasing either tomorrow or Friday. Oh,
Oh boy, MG, Flaming, and Glitch. I completely forgot to make another announcement here. The community vote, the community vote on what we should do on a Saturday. I forgot to mention that. I finally updated the post here. Oh man, I forgot. Oh, I almost forgot. Yeah, there's the Discord community vote. I finally updated that today. I included Helldivers 2 there as well. So, yeah, I completely forgot to mention that I finally added that. Oh, man. You know, it went on for like 2 days or 3 days before I realized that. Oh, but it's good to see you, MG. How you doing, man? I got another Rainbow Six Siege video for you. This time it's not 30 seconds, not 1 minute long. It's going to be 6 minutes. I will post that either on Thursday or Friday, and I think you're going to enjoy it. Even if you're not into shooting games, I think you're going to enjoy what we did in that. We had a very productive day that time. So yeah, good evening to you as well, MG. So I have a breaking news for you guys. I'm going to be on Reno, Nevada on July. So this is probably your next chance to possibly meet up if you want to do that. So Reno, Nevada this July. I don't know how many of you guys can travel to Reno, but that's it. So anyway, I finally got that announcement done on Discord. So for those of you that are on my Discord server, you can finally post in the community vote there. I completely forgot to update that for the last 2 to 3 days. But it's finally there. And I'm prepared to go for a backup in case we don't get enough people. So it's good to see you all again. We're going to be doing some world hopping today. I actually did find a couple of worlds that hopefully will be decent. So let's see if we can do it. So I'm going to do this. We're going to be doing a completely different avatar today. And hopefully this thing is actually working. Okay. Yes, we're going to be doing something different. So. Oh, MG. I tried Overwatch. I tried Overwatch 2 specifically, but something about that game is not fun. Even Ruby, a person that I know on my own Discord server, stopped playing that game because of the changes that happened in that game. But there is a Overwatch competitor called Marvel Rivals that's going to be coming out this month or next month. I'm not really sure, but hopefully that game will be decent. But I'm not really expecting much. Who knows? But anyway, I'm going to be getting this VR thing set up here because again, I've been completely busy doing whatever was necessary so that I can recover. So this is the first one So I found a couple of worlds on my spare time. One is racing, but I'm not going to be doing that. I'm gonna see if this world is decent. So here's the thing about VR, Chuck. There are some worlds that will be fine on desktop, but completely different VR because the performance can be very different. So yeah, I found some worlds, and hopefully this one is not going to be running badly. We will see. It's funny how the world is already loading in the background when you're playing on VR, but you just got to wait for it to connect. It's not the community that's the toxic that's being the problem, MG. Community being toxic is not the issue, MG. It's the gameplay. I try to enjoy the gameplay. I can handle toxic. I can deal with the toxic players, but something about the gameplay was not fun. I have no clue if this performance in this world is good, but screw it. Here we go. Okay, there you go. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. There you go. Okay, so... Whoops. Look how freaking fast I'm flying here. Holy crap. Hold on. I'm gonna fix this. I have no clue how bad the FPS is here, but I don't care. Let's see how good this is. Holy crap, I'm flying through this so quickly. Oh, okay, hold on. There you go. Got something decent here. So all right, here we go. Let's not waste any more time. Sorry to keep you all waiting. All right, so here we go. I think I found something decent. I don't know how bad the performance is, but whatever. All right, let's do this. Good to see you all again. Yes, it's absolutely true. And here we go. Yes, I am going to be Wesker today. Oh, yes. Crash. So look at this lovely nature, pathetic nature. How beautiful is it? Is this choppy? Is the performance bad? I have no clue if the performance is bad. Yeah, I'm getting about 35 FPS here, but I don't know if it looks smooth when you look at the camera here. There's always gonna be some toxic. It's good to see incorrect again, but there always is gonna be toxic players in any game. But is the gameplay something that you can handle? And thankfully, most of the games that I was able to come across, I can enjoy the gameplay, ignore the toxic players. But yes, I think this world is very laggy because you can see my hands are not moving completely smoothly. There are some worlds that are smooth, and there are some that are just absolutely horrendous in performance. They say that they have improved the performance in VRChat a bit, but it really depends on the author of the worlds. It's the Terminator. It's the Terminator. Yeah. Look at these jazz hands. Yeah. Wesker on Resident Evil 5 was probably one of the more interesting villains I've ever known in gaming media. The person that did the voice for Wesker on Resident Evil 5 was pretty memorable. It's too bad he's not voicing that character anymore. Shame. But it's interesting to try something different here. I don't know how. So this world does look pretty impressive in desktop. But on VR, it's a completely different story because I'm getting about 35 FPS right now with all the background programs running. But this world looks pretty nice. And the problem is with the reduced FPS, my movement looks a bit choppy. So when I move my hands around or my body moves a bit, it looks a bit choppy. I don't think it's because of the avatar. It's because it's the lack of FPS. That is why in most VRChat worlds where there are people that have VR headsets don't usually have a lot of detail or graphical detail into them, because that's the only way that you're gonna get the most FPS. Yes, Wesker is currently on vacation in this pathetic nature after dealing with the enemies or playing with the enemies. 7 minutes. Wait a minute, was it 5 minutes or 7 minutes? I don't remember. Is it 5 minutes or 7 minutes? I don't think it really matters too much. I can't do the Wesker voice. I could try to imitate it, but it's not gonna be even close. It really depends on what kind of a voice you do and what kind of a range you can do. But it's kind of like singing. You have a range, and if you try to sing out of your range, you will sound pitchy. But yes, MG, I think I may replace one emote or one animated emote that doesn't get used that much. But the thing is, it's not always easy to get animated emotes that look genuine. It's not very easy. So it has to come naturally, and I am not in a big hurry to make cringy reaction just to produce moments. Yeah, this world I don't think is optimized for VR headsets. I mean, it looks great on desktop, but holy crap, this one doesn't work very well on VR, I think. Especially if your computer is weak or it's not up to the job, I don't think it's optimized. But there are some other worlds that I did find, and there is this next one that I found. It's PC only, but hopefully this one has better performance. I hope. You know, there are Resident Evil maps in VR chat, but again, I'm not really sure which one stands out. So mostly I just stick to Hangout worlds, and I do some mini games every once in a while. So this picture looks pretty good. So I have a different one. I have a different Hangout world here this time, and hopefully the performance here is better. Okay. Good. The performance here at the very least goes to 50 to 60 FPS. This is an improvement. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I need to turn up the world volume. All right, here we go. Stop it. There you go. Stop it. There you go. Some video players playing music that I don't want to listen to. Okay, there you go. Hold on a second. There we go. I'm going to fix this quickly. Yeah, some of the avatars don't have details when it comes to lighting. So this one is very dark. Really, really dark. Okay, there you go. So finally got rid of the background music. And I have no clue how many of you have seen this world in particular, but this is an onsen. I thought this is too dark. I need to go, maybe go right here. This is freaking dark, by the way. This avatar is freaking dark. It doesn't do very well in lighting. Whatever. But anyway, yeah, I'm just trying my best here. Oh, hold on a second. There you go. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Pin to experience. There you go. Okay, MG. Yeah, it's this world I came across in new and noteworthy. Like I said, I haven't had much time to explore or play VR chat off screen. I did do Rainbow Six Siege a couple of shooting games when I'm not live, but unfortunately the VR part I haven't had the chance. Scheduling has been a pain because I have things going on in the real world to do. Yeah, it's really so. Here's the thing about some of the avatar worlds when you search for new avatars, you get a very simple room. It doesn't have lighting like this, so it's really challenging sometimes to find a decent avatar that has good lighting. Like this one, for example, there's a lot of different light sources here, but my character's freaking dark. Again, you will notice the difference when I change it to a furry avatar here. It's really hard to find decent avatars here that will go well with lighting. It's not very easy to find. It's not really easy to find decent avatars there. Some have details, some do not. You'll notice the difference here shortly. Come on, change. Change. There you go. It's a bit better, but you definitely notice a difference. It doesn't look completely dark. So it's that, or maybe the world is optimized on purpose, so that we can have multiple people here, and I don't have to worry about any lighting issues. But yes, I was hoping for more light sources or lighting, so that the avatar can be shown off a lot more lot easier. And yes, the Inunnator. Okay. Okay, I sort of like that one. I don't know if I'll remember that one though. The Inunnator. Oh boy. That is sort of interesting. But like I said, I tried to find a map that is decent, and I'm actually getting about 36 FPS here. But there's a difference though. That last world, my hands were lagging out because I think the world was hard to process, especially with my VR and computer. So there is a huge difference when you play this game on VR and on desktop. So desktop, no problem. Most worlds you come across in desktop you can run very easily, but it's a completely different story when you go into VR. It's not because the VR headset, it's just that this game is not exactly the most optimized when it comes to VR headsets. I can almost play any other VR headset, VR game out there, and they run a lot better. With the exception of Tower Unite on VR Alpha, that game doesn't run very well. And no, I do not recommend Tower Unite. So here's a quick story for you. Ruza, a community member of ours, suggested I should try Tower Unite. It sort of tries to be like VR chat, except that they have actual servers to host the mini games and all the arcade stuff. I tried that game for like an hour or two, but the game feels very shallow. And the game has been out since 2016, and it's still pretty buggy and does a lot of hitching. And I was not very impressed with it. It was a decent first impression, but after realizing how long that game has been out, kind of reminds me of 7 Days to Die. That game has been out for what? How many years? And no, I'm not gonna wait another 2, 3, 5 years for a game to get better. If anything, the game should be at least be decent on launch. And oh, by the way, MG and Flaming, how many of you guys know that Ground Zero Warfare? I believe that's the name of the game. The Ground Zero Warfare, that PC game. I heard that game is trying to be a quote unquote Escape from Tarkov successor, but that game is horribly unoptimized. And even if it is optimized, I hear that the game is pretty shallow and there really isn't not much to do in that game. Sounds like another game that has been overhyped. People are trying to find the next big thing to have fun in, and you know me, I'm very honest with my opinion of games. It doesn't necessarily mean I'll enjoy every single genre of games out there. For example, I'm not very good at puzzles. It really depends what kind of puzzles I want to do. But yeah, it looks like a mobile game. Oh god. Oh man. I don't think Ground Zero Warfare can run on. Imagine if Ground Zero Warfare came on a mobile. It'll burn your phone. That's how unoptimized that game is. And I tried. I tried 7 Days to Die. I don't know I don't know if you were here when that happened, but it was holy crap. I'm muted. I had my microphone muted the entire time in the game. Oh my god, I was freaking mute the entire time. But anyway, what I was trying to say was I did play 7 Days to Die. Like briefly. I think I still have the game on my Steam library, but I'm not really sure. But I tried the game and I don't know. It feels kind of shallow to me. I When it comes to survival games, it's really difficult for me to enjoy them. It has to be very specific to something that I want to invest time into. And the fact that 7 Days to Die is finally coming out of early access after 11 years. 11 years to get out early access. And even though I played that game like last year for like a short period of time, I didn't really feel anything in that game. I don't know. I mean, I did get some nice chatters into that, but I don't know. And the game is not optimized either. Yeah, I mean, the gameplay loop, MG. You've probably heard this term quite a bit, but it is essential when it comes to gaming. I mean, is a game something that you're gonna keep playing after the first week or 2 when the honeymoon phase is over? I mean, there's a reason why most classic games like Super Mario World, are still being played today. I mean, they're very straightforward. The game is game knows exactly what it wants to be, and it's very, very straightforward. It appeals to both casuals and hardcore fans alike. But the game is ultimately fun. That's the main thing. It's not competitive, but it's ultimately fun. Yeah, yeah, incorrect. That's the thing. It's interesting at first, but then it kind of gets you kind of not care about the game. Yeah, when it comes to survival games, those are not very easy to get into. Um, I'm going to guess that you guys have heard of The Forest and Sons of the Forest. I tried to play those games for more than an hour, and I did not care about the story. And when I looked up the ending, I don't know if it was the Forest or Sons of the Forest. When I looked at the ending after deciding I don't want to go to the game at all, it was this. I wasn't missing much. Yeah, I didn't care about the story. I mean, don't get me wrong, the environments are nice, but is that it? Nice environments and nothing else? I mean, it's nice that you can have good graphics, like good forest graphics, but it cannot be just that and call it a game because it'll get boring. So what? We can have forest. We have forest in real life as well. What difference does this make when you go into a game? What is there to do? And there's only so much you can do with your friends to be quote unquote creative. So I'm not a game designer. I'm not a game developer. I want to make that I want to make that clear. But but we can tell. Anyone can tell if they're gonna like a game or not. It's no different to going into the It's no different for us to go into the movie theater and find out if you like a movie or not. You don't have to go into an essay to what you like about the movie, what you don't like about the movie, but you can tell if you like the movie or not. And is trying to give me Doritos. Well, Flaming, I have my camera here, but if copyright wasn't an issue, Flaming, I would have an emote of myself and give you an Uno card, Flaming. How about that? How about that, Flaming? Instead of Doritos, I'm gonna Uno you with an Uno card. How about that? How about that, Flaming? Yes, Flaming is gonna get Uno'd. And which card? Who knows? Yeah, here's the thing. I understand the survival aspects. You know, chop wood, make a house, or something like that. But the thing is, though, the thing is, once you know how that works, and you get to the end, or you spend a lot of time on it, eventually it gets shallow and boring. So I can make a first impression, but based on the first 1 hour, 2 hours in most cases. And there's a reason why Baldur's Gate 3 is successful. For I know it's not the same genre, but say what you want about Baldur's Gate 3, even if you're not a huge D&D fan. But I was able to get into Baldur's Gate 3 and finish the game. Why? The story, the characters, and the setting. It doesn't rely on survival aspects, and the maps are just big enough so that it doesn't feel like it drags on, especially when you go through the first time. So you don't necessarily need to have quote unquote survivor simulator to make a game fun. Because let's be honest, it kind of gets boring and it doesn't have a lot of replay value. And we all don't have a lot of free time. If you are a very busy person in real life with 2, 3, 4 jobs, I don't care how many jobs you have. If you are the type of person who doesn't have a lot of spare time, then when it comes to quote unquote simulator games or certain chop 3 simulator games, it's not gonna appeal to everybody, especially when they find out how much time they gotta put into it. I mean, it's no different. That is why that is why you cannot always rely on people like me who have thousands of followers or hundreds of viewers or hundreds of followers. Just because we have time to play 3 to 5 hours of video games straight or whatever, it doesn't matter what the number is. Just because we have the number, just because we have the time to play the games for hours, thankfully have not forgotten about the people that don't have as much time to play games, and I can see if a game is fun to play or not. So, how many of you guys know Phasmophobia? I'm guessing a few number of you know Phasmophobia. Phasmophobia is a decent ghost hunting game, where you find evidence, but it can get a bit repetitive and tedious at times because sometimes you have to wait 20, 30 minutes for an evidence to show up. But so that is why I don't do that game all the time like I used to. But I have tried several Phasmophobia like clones in the last 2 or 3 years, and not all of them are on VR, but some are. Most of them are kind of forgettable, just like The Forest or Sons of the Forest or 7 Days to Die. Even though they're not chop threes or survival simulator games, you make your first impression in those games. And here's the thing: some people have forgotten this, but you do not need to watch YouTube videos on a game to see if it's good or not. Not always. I'm not saying you should not watch videos on a game that you want to play, but you should not always rely on opinion on somebody to see if you like the game or not. I try to encourage flaming, and I try to encourage people to play games that I do. But let's be honest, I don't expect you to like the game the same way I do, because everybody has their preferences. Everybody has their preferences. And for example, you probably heard me mention APB Reloaded a couple of times. That game is tough to love. If you haven't seen that video yet, I do recommend it. But you do get some fun matches from time to time. But are you willing to spend 1 or 2 hours of your free time just to get some fun out of it? I don't think you will. But I do play that game from time to time, mainly for nostalgia and hopefully to get some decent matches. But again, not always. Not always I get decent matches in that game. But I kind of play it because it has some value, but not much. So Incorrect and Flaming and MG, if you guys are still there, if I don't know if you've heard of Forewarn, it's another Phasmophobia like game that has come out on Steam from early access. It takes place in Egypt, and it does have different interiors and generated interiors. But I do find that game interesting because it has a little bit more to offer on the gameplay loop side of things. It actually has puzzles, and it actually has some platforming that you got to do, and you can actually quote unquote banish the ghost. And the way that game does it, it is actually decent. I don't know if that game is going to take off like Goose Duck did, but hopefully it will have some decent people playing it. Um, Speaking of Goose Duck, I don't think you guys have seen me play Goose Duck in a while. The thing is, Goose Duck is not being played as much anymore. I don't know what it's like on different languages because that game is available worldwide now. But on English, it's not very easy to get people in that game anymore like it used to. Not very easy actually. But I did try a couple of times to get a lobby going in that game. If you don't have a huge group of followers or people you can rely on to play a game, well, you're going to be tough out of luck. Because what happens if you try to play that game on English and I'm not present, or you don't have to rely on a streamer lobby to play it? Yeah, and then again, in the private lobbies that are in the official Discord server, what are the chances you can play a game that's not toxic? It comes down to the host to try to make sure that there are no toxic players. I remember earlier what one of the viewers here, I forgot the name, that about toxicity. Well, it doesn't matter what game you play. Once you go online, there's always going to be toxicity. Don't let's not kid ourselves here. Once you go online, there's always going to be toxic players. It's no different to saying you're gonna leave the house. Once you leave your house or apartment or wherever you live, it doesn't matter. There's always going to be bad. There's always going to be good and bad out there. And guess what? That's life. It's just a way of life. You got to deal with it. And I feel sad and I pity that there are some places in the world right now that are in trouble and are at war for who knows how long. So I feel kind of bad, but I gotta live on. I have to live my life just like anybody else, and I'm glad that I am not living in a war zone like in some places in the world. People talk about certain nations like Ukraine and stuff like all the time, but there are other nations that are also not in good shape or are in quote unquote hell, if you want to call it. So I feel kind of bad and feel kind of sad a bit for those countries that are not so fortunate to be at peace, like here in North America. So I'm just very fortunate that I'm able to live my life here and hopefully entertain some good people online here just to get away from stress for a bit. Have you noticed that I have gotten a little bit more confident since I first started about 3 or 4 years ago? I used to do this whole live stuff back in 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, on and off, but I never actually had the confidence or decent confidence to do this. So I have told this story before, and I'll say this again. When I was a teenager, like 18, 17, 19, 20 years old, that doesn't matter, around that range. I was very antisocial. I didn't care about talking to people. I did talk to people, but I never really wanted to talk to people. I remember graduating from high school. There was this one nice girl that I would have loved to spend more time with, but I was in a hurry to go home. I still regret that. I should have spent more time trying to talk to people in my school that I kind of had a decent time with. This is like one of those anime or manga stories all over again. What if you could travel back in time to do it all over again? That sort of a thing. Well, sadly, this is not a fictional world that we live in. No pun intended. This is not a fictional world that we're living in. So, time waits for no one, and that's just one of many regrets that I have to this day. Yeah. Unfortunately, there is not much I can do about it. It's something that I still regret to this day. Speaking of which, what is this black thing in the background? Yeah, whatever. Nevertheless, hold on a second. What is this thing in the background here? I have no clue what this... I don't know. Do you see a black outline or something? Or is it something on just my screen? Or is it just VR chat? It's kind of weird. Why? It's kind of distracting me a little bit. Yeah, I have no clue what this is. But hopefully it's just VR chat and it's not happening in an Oculus. But nevertheless, that's basically me talking my story and what's been happening for the last 2 to 3 years. Also, not a bad Hangout world here, but there's not a lot of shadows here, or not a lot of lighting going on here. Not a whole lot going on there. Yeah, I think there's something going on with the lighting in this world. Like, seeing this black outline here. What if I change worlds and that will fix the problem? Let's go into this world again. I do this world before, and it's actually more optimized. Here we go. Yeah, wait a minute. It keeps happening here as well. What is going on? What is going on here? Wait a minute. Oh, it actually disappeared. It was just in that world. For some reason, there's like a black outline or something on the bottom of my lens. Okay, good. I got that fixed. Good. Now, this world is much more optimized. This is one of the better optimized worlds I've seen in VR chat. You can tell the person that made this world really did a good job with the lighting and the particles. It's really good. And there are some interesting stuff you can do in this world if you decide to come here yourself. It's really good. Does this world still have a decent amount of people hanging out here? Nope. It's... whatever. But anyway, this is a pretty decent world. Very good performance. If I was gonna bring some people to hang out in VR chat, I would bring them here. This one is actually pretty decent. Yeah, there are some worlds that have some weird details that that Luna's onsen. Something's wrong with the lighting or something. Just gonna get rid of that. Again, it's one thing to go into the world on desktop and see it completely fine, but when you go into VR, it's a different story. And yeah, this world it's really good. There's not much to this world here, but it's very well optimized. Very good FPS. I'm getting 60 plus FPS right now. Again, it really comes down to how is the world optimized? How is it programmed? And there's a lot of little details here, and this looks really good, by the way. So it really comes down to how creative. Some people can be in this game. So, for those of you that are just tuning in, I'm glad that you guys are still here with me. And I do have another Rainbow Six Siege video for you. This time it's not a minute long, not 2 minutes long, not 20 seconds long. It's actually 6 minutes long this time. We did Rainbow Six Siege not long ago, yesterday actually. And it was a very productive session. Very, very productive. Actually, no, 2 days ago. I think it was 2 days ago, not yesterday. I keep forgetting. But it was a very productive session. I loved first-person or third-person shooting games ever since I was young. But the thing is, I never actually improved on my gunplay until recently. And it looks like all that trial and error and repetition has finally gotten into me. Speaking of shooting games, I haven't played Helldivers 2 in a while. Now, Incorrect and MG and Flamey, if you guys are still there, when it comes to defeating waves and waves of enemies like Left 4 Dead or Helldivers 2, those are very difficult to keep me interested. Now, I can see the enjoyment of, defeating waves and waves of enemies or AI. It can be fun, but it comes down to the same thing that I mentioned earlier, gameplay loop. Is it something to do again and again and again? I know friends can make it more fun, but let's be honest here, you cannot always rely on your acquaintances or friends to show up for those games. Yeah, no, that's fine, Ruza. I am glad to see you again here, Ruza. And while you're still here, Ruza, I want to talk to you about Tower Unite. I tried that game on VR Alpha. It's horrendous. I know it's VR Alpha, but it was horrendous. I wasn't even gonna bother trying to connect to a server because it was that bad. And I did try to join into the servers, but to make a long story short, I did try Tower Unite, and something about the game felt shallow, especially after the game has been out since 2016. So yeah, there really wasn't... I mean, I do admit the mini games are fun, but the entire world or the feeling of Tower Unite is very shallow, especially after it has been out since 2016. You would think there would be a lot more to it after it's been out for this many years. And yeah, no. And even if you lower the settings, the performance is still an issue in Tower Unite. And yeah, I am not... And the fact that people can crash the servers quite easily or unexpectedly for a game that's been out for that many years, unfortunately, I'm not going to spend more time on it. So, unfortunately, that's something that I had to move on. So, yeah, hopefully you heard what I said there, Ruza, but I tried that game. I really tried. But I wanted to play Rec Room instead. Have you ever heard of that game, Rec Room? It's another VR chat alternative. I haven't actually played that game on VR, but I'd rather play Rec Room instead of Tower Unite. I know Rec Room is not exactly the most popular option for VR hangouts like VR chat, but I'd rather play that game instead of Rec Room because at least it feels more complete. But that's about it. Speaking of Rec Room, I know that game is free, but I haven't had a chance to play that game on VR, so I can't really tell you. Yeah, I've been trying my best to do VR off screen here, but I've been way too busy. But if you're looking for a home or looking to hang out with somebody, you're more than welcome to join us here. And speaking of which, incorrect, and I'm gonna load up that avatar that I loaded earlier. Let's see how this avatar looks in this world here. Let's see how this avatar loads up here. Holy crap, it looks freaking dark. That's the problem with the avatars in this game, is that you cannot always review them in real time. How do you know if certain avatars are good in certain lighting? Yeah, it's not that great. All right, let's try this one. Yes, I was Wesker. Yes, and I'm Siri now. Hi, Blanket. So, Blanket, it's good to see you again, man. So, I've been trying out several games while you've been away, Blanket. I'm guessing you have played Phasmophobia in the past, right, Blanket? Well, there is another Phasmophobia-like game that has come out, and it's called Forewarned. It's like Phasmophobia, but it's a lot better, or it's not as repetitive. You can play that game on both VR and non-VR, and apparently that looks... you look like a whistleblower, that lighting. Yeah, that's the thing. Incorrect on Blankets. So the thing about the lighting when it comes to these avatars is that some avatars will look well in certain lighting, some will not look really good. Yeah, I mean, so you saw that furry avatar that I was wearing earlier, but here's a comparison. Look at this avatar compared to the furry avatar that I have. There's a huge difference. It really depends how much detail is put into the avatar. Look how you can tell. Look how big of a difference that is. You can actually see my face. You can actually see my face, my clothes, and everything. It comes down to the lighting and how much effort was put into the avatar. So it's really hard to find avatars that will stand out. For example, I know Blanket likes this avatar in particular, and will this look good in this world here? Let's find out. Whee! See, there are certain avatars that will look good in certain worlds, and some don't look that great. I let me know if there's a world. So yeah, Blanket, look how great this avatar looks in this world here. There are some avatars that look great in certain lighting, and others do not have that detail. See, look how great this looks. This is not this is an avatar I always wear, but you can tell the difference in the lighting. So yeah, you can tell. Isn't that cool? I'm just waving my hands around like a I don't know, typical anime girl. Yay! Okay. Yeah. I'm just trying out different avatars here, but you can tell that certain avatars have more effort put into them. So what else we have here? I wish there were some avatar worlds that can show us how well detailed they are in certain particular lighting, because it's not always obvious. That's the problem. It's not always obvious. What else we have here? Okay. Hopefully this one is decent. So who remembers this? Again, the same issue. There's no lighting. There's no good lighting with this avatar. Nothing. You can tell. Yeah. Let's try this one here. This is a different version of that same avatar. Nothing. I look like an anonymous person here. But you can tell some avatars have actual lighting put into them. It's really tough to tell sometimes, you know. It really is hard to tell sometimes. Some avatars have detail and some avatars do not. Okay, this looks kind of freaking creepy. Okay. I hope Blanket it's not creeped out, but this looks freaking creepy. I was not expecting for this to look that good. Oh god. This looks freaking creepy. This looks like a freaking villain. This looks like a villain planning their next move in space or something. Jesus, this looks freaking creepy. The lighting. Oh my god, and the silhouette here. Yeah, that's true, but holy crap, this looks freaking creepy. This looks freaking creepy. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm actually using a Lethal Company avatar right now. And holy crap, this avatar looks like this in space. Holy crap, this looks freaking creepy. Oh my god, this is freaking creepy. Oh man. I was not expecting it to look this way. Holy crap. Oh my god, that is so freaking creepy. Oh my. I was not expecting that result. Okay, let's try this. Oh my god, I'm too tall. I'm not gonna adjust the avatar. Nope, I'm gonna try a different one. Nope, I'm too tall. How about this one? Oh my god. Yes! How many of you remember this figure in particular? Oh. How many of you remember this figure in particular? How many of you remember this figure in particular? Oh boy, this looks freaking creepy. Somehow, certain avatars look pretty good in this lighting. Yes, the Bracken, yes. Yes, somehow some of the avatars from that game, or the ones that are ported in this game, look good in this world. Some of them, but not all. Yeah, so that's one, and what else we have here? Oh no, that's too tall. Yeah, certain avatars look good, and some just look absolutely horrendous, or just not that great. Alright, here's another classic. Here's another classic for you. Here's another classic for you. I don't think I need to tell you what this is. Don't tell me I have to tell you what this is. Oh, then this looks freaking creepy. Like I said, some avatars look decent in this world, and some just do not look that decent. Okay, so... Okay, let's do another one. A freebie. Now this looks freaking creepy. Now this looks freaking creepy in this space. Huggy Wuggy in space. Look at the freaking lighting. Oh man, that is creepy. Wow. Some avatars look good and fine, and others just look, well, scary, or creepy, or unsettling. Wow. Well, it's interesting to see. It's interesting to see how different avatars look in this little world here. Wow. There are props in this. There are props in this world, but I'm gonna quickly change back to this one so you can see me. Yeah, this world does have props. This world does have props, and it's not because of my avatar, but it's this Hangout world that has in particular. I can quickly show that to you right now. Okay. For example, do you know what this is? I think you'll know once I hit the button. This is not a torch, but close enough. I don't know if this has illumination. Probably not, because this world is optimized. I'm actually getting good frames here. But there's another one. But there is another one here. There is a comet gun. There's a comet gun right here. This is a comet gun. Looks pretty good, yeah? I'm not getting a drop in performance as far as I know. Looks good. Thankfully, there's only one comet gun in this world. There will be much more slowdown. That's how big this thing is. The mini comet launcher. If you know any gremlins, they're gonna have a fun time in this world here. Hey Zach, welcome back. I'm having a fun time with this comet gun here. It's just look at the particles here. It looks pretty decent, yeah? It's good to see you again, Zach, just like old times. I've been very, very busy. So Zach, I've been keeping the show going while you've been away. So yeah, Zach, if you want to know what's going on, I always post highlight videos to let you know what's going on. I have neglected the VR chat and VR games in particular because, again, scheduling has been a pain in the ass to say the least. I have to deal with in real life stuff plus video editing, but I have added more emotes, and I do have a merch shirt, by the way, Zach. I can't show it to you in camera right now, but I do have a merch shirt that you can buy, and it'll get shipped over to your country, Zach, if you wish to buy it. But it's basically a shirt with the channel points or alliance points logo that I have here, and it looks pretty good, and it's available in 3 colors as far as I know right now. So it's good to see you again, Zach. Like I said, I've been keeping myself busy here, and I don't know how many other types of games you can play, Zach, but there is Phasmophobia, but there's also another Phasmophobia-like game that has come out called Forewarned. I've been trying to see if I can play that game, but it's not always easy to get people to play that game. So that game is still pretty obscure. kind of reminds me of Void Crew, another game that I have not played in a while. It's interesting, but it's not easy to get people to get committed to that. But it's good to see you again, Zach. I'm gonna drink here because I'm so thirsty. As I was saying, Zach, I've been very busy behind the scenes, you know, making ends meet, working full-time job, also doing this on top of it. But when it comes to VR chat in particular, other than the usual Hangout world, this one is pretty good. I don't think I have to go into detail, Zach, but I'm guessing politics happens, Zach. I just hope you're gonna stay safe, okay? That's the main thing. Or if not politics, hopefully no natural, hopefully nothing in nature happened. But in any case, hopefully you're gonna get through it and stay safe out there. It's good to see you again, Knight. Oh, just the weather. Okay, well, it's good to see you again. And yes, I am doing VR again. And so yeah, Zach, remember Power Wash Simulator? I still have that game, but I haven't been in the mood to play that game in a while. I don't know if Phasmophobia is the type of game you want to play, Zach, but there is another Phasmophobia-like game that I am sort of interested to try, and it's called Forewarned. It basically takes Phasmophobia, but makes it in its own thing, so it's not as repetitive. And that game you can play on both VR and non-VR. So, yeah, I've been very busy, Zach. Not only that, but I've been having a lot of fun with Rainbow Six Siege as well. So, Knight, I have some good news for you on Rainbow Six Siege, Knight. The new Rainbow Six Siege video, along with the thumbnail, has been completed. I just completed that about an hour ago. I wanted to get that done today, so I don't have to worry about that the next day. But basically, it's not a 20-second video. It's not a 60-second video. It's not 2 minutes. It's actually 6 minutes. So we did ranked on Siege or competitive for about 3 to 4 hours. It was actually one of the better days we've ever had in that game. The people we had were decent, and we actually had a decent time. And in those 3 to 4 hours that we played, I managed to get at least 6 minutes of footage that's decent. Now, I don't have all the time in the world to go into the replay. I don't have time to watch the replays entirely. But I had to go to the replay to get this one play in particular that was very interesting. Oh boy, super hot. By super hot, does that include humidity, or is it dry heat? Because I know here in America, in particular in Nevada and Arizona, there's dry heat. So it's very hot, but it's dry heat, so it's not as bad. But I'm guessing where you are, Zach, there is humidity. So I can imagine that heat being a lot worse because of that. And I won't be surprised if it's like 30 degrees Celsius or, I don't know, 90 degrees Fahrenheit or 100 degrees Fahrenheit there or something like that, especially when there's no rain. So yeah, Philippines in a way is sort of similar to where you're at, Zach. It's not that far away, I guess. And the weather can be both a good and bad thing. Tornadoes to tsunamis, it can be very bad. 42. Whew. I think Philippines is more or less the same, Zach. But then again, Zach, do you have humidity? I don't know if you live in a tropical setting, Zach, but do you have humidity? I know it's hot, but do you have the humidity? Because if you do have the humidity on top of that, then it's very hot. Ooh, that's hard. That's hard. You know, it kind of reminds me of going to school in the Philippines, even if it wasn't for a very long time. I imagine, Zach, you have to carry an umbrella with you just to keep yourself cool from the sun, and it's a huge relief when you do go indoors and it has good AC. Even though it's not in Philippines, I was in Philippines like last year. I believe it was last year. And when you're in that hot of an environment, you can tell which businesses or which interiors have good AC and what places don't have very good AC. So you can tell. Also, I did try that Workplace Soviet game. Unfortunately, I'm not going to spend time on that game, so I basically refunded it right away. I thought it was interesting, but the amount of time and effort that you have to put into it and the complexity of it, nah, no thanks. I'd rather play City Skylines instead. At least City Skylines, you can be very casual with it. It may not have as much detail as that game, but I already have too many games to focus on that I don't have the time for that. Sorry, I just don't. So yeah, I have my priorities straight. So this month, Knight and Zach, there is so Multiverse. Remember Multiverses? That Super Smash Brothers type game that came out last year or 2 years ago. It's gonna make a return this month. I have no clue if it's gonna be good or not. They said that they have reworked the game completely with the netcode and the engine, but hopefully it'll be decent because I had some decent fun with it. But I don't know if it's gonna be good or not. But hopefully it'll be decent. I hope. Oh yes. Oh boy. And the fact that you have to wear a sweater, it already makes it even hotter for you. Ugh, it doesn't help. Yes, especially if you have sensitive skin, it doesn't help. Ugh, that's unfortunate. Because if you have to wear a sweater in already a hot environment, I do not have to tell you, Zach, how relieved you must be when you go into I don't know, either a mall or an interior that has AC on it. I cannot tell you how relieved you must be. Because I remember going into Tagbilaran, a city in the Philippines. There are two malls in particular. I think one is called Bull Quality Mall, and the other one is, I forgot the name of the other one. But basically, two different businesses. One has good AC, and the other one doesn't have as good AC because you can tell once you walk inside from the outside. So it's always a relief. So, and I can only imagine how much money you have to spend. You can cook your eggs outside. Like nobody wants those eggs. Oh boy. But it's good to see you guys again. And hopefully we'll meet our sub goals this month, by the way, Knight and Zach. Hopefully we'll meet our sub goals here because we got about 11 days left before the payday is gonna arrive this month. So if you want to be generous with your wallets, feel free to be as generous as you like. Like maybe 10, 20, 30 subs, but depending on how much you want to do. So that's my quick reminder to you guys. It somehow worked. Zach, I have a tip for you. Did you know that if the weather is really hot, you can cook pavement? Yes, you can cook pavement. But but joking aside, just a quick reminder to you folks that it's about 11 days to go before Twitch payout arrives. So if you want to do any subs or bits or as many bits as you want, we have about 11 days left before I will get an update for this month. So it's May 1st right now, so I got about 11 days left before the 12th happens. So if you want to be generous with your wallet and request me to do something, like to me, I don't know, 10, 20 subs or 10,000 bits or 1,000 bits, 1,000 bits, whatever, you have the next 11 days to do that. I don't have enough people to do a subathon just yet because our discoverability is still not at its best. So I don't really do subathons yet. But if we do get big enough to the point where we have enough people to improve our discoverability, then I don't mind doing those things. But as it stands right now, unfortunately I can't do that because I don't think it's gonna go much anywhere. But you know what? I have found my happy place to what I want to do when it comes to my pastime and games that I want to do. So I've been very fortunate to have had help from you guys. And when it comes to doing multiple games, it's not that simple because you have to be in a very particular mood to do certain games. It's not that simple. It's not a simple on and off switch where you can play a particular game. So I'm just very happy and fortunate to still be doing this. Very, very fortunate. And behind the scenes, I cannot tell you how very fortunate I am. And if I was able to make this a full-time job, I would love to. Some people do a subathon even if they're not a partner, but then again, it really depends if you have enough people. So it depends if you have enough an audience to do that. But then again, I am not really worried about that too much because I'm not at that stage yet. If we somehow grew exponentially a lot more in a short period of time and we're able to keep it that way, then maybe I don't mind doing that and ask people for their help. But as it stands right now, it's not really something to be concerned about just yet. So that is something that is like a future thing that I like to do if we're given the opportunity. But yeah, the Rainbow Six Siege thing, I'm actually surprised it went that well. I haven't been this happy since PlanetSide 2. And speaking of PlanetSide 2, that game is not doing so well. The game has stagnated and it's not having a lot of people anymore, unfortunately. That's fine, Zach. I mean, here's the thing, Zach. I don't know how many people tell you this on the internet or from personalities like myself, but I am just glad that you find my entertainment enough for you to get through the day or take some stress off your back. It may not be a lot, but I'm just happy that it's somehow helping you through life in some way. That's the whole point of entertainment. I'm not doing this on a budget of a TV show. I'm actually doing this on a small, very small budget. I'm actually very fortunate to have all this set up here. So this is like a very, very small budget. But if people enjoy it, and if I was given more resources, I would like to expand on it. But as it stands right now, I have to work with whatever I have. And here's another thing, Zach, and I have told you this before, and everybody else here. I do not like every creator on this platform, whether they have 100 viewers or 1,000 viewers, 2,000, 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, doesn't matter. Just because you're big or small, I'm not gonna like you. Sorry, but that's the truth. I do not have the time or the mental capacity to watch every single show on this website or YouTube. My brain and my mental capacity only has enough things to do. That's why you don't see me watch too many streams either. I don't like that word stream. I look at this as no different as a TV show. This may not be a TV show setup at all. It's like a budget version of it, but still, I'd rather think this as a TV show, where basically we try to entertain people, but we basically have something in the background like a game or something. It's not very easy to entertain people, and if they want my honest opinion, some people that play games and entertain people are not that great, and not that great of entertainment in my opinion. So the same thing applies to me. I don't expect everyone to like it, but at the very least, I'm honest. At the least, I try to be upfront and honest with my intentions. And that's the thing about sponsorships is, can you be completely honest, or are you allowed to be honest once you sign that agreement? That's the tricky part. I know it brings money, but can you be honest? So, whenever possible, I try to stay quote-unquote independent. So that is why I don't expect everyone to like the games that I play. But if you happen to like them as well, more power to you. I'm happy about that. And here's another thing, Zach. I haven't had the chance to play a lot of VR games either. I've been very busy. I may not have the weather problem like you do, but scheduling on my end has not been very easy as well. And Night, I don't know if you remember this, Night, but I will be on Reno, Nevada in July. So that will probably be the other time you can possibly visit me by driving. Unfortunately, that's going to be the only other time you can visit me. So I'm going to be in Reno, Nevada this July. So hopefully you can set some time off for that, even if it's just one day or something. So just one day at the very least. So yeah, I've been trying my best to stick to games that I enjoy, but it hasn't been a huge challenge. For example, Final Fantasy XIV Online, the MMO, I finally finished the story quest finally, and I can move on with the quote-unquote main story in that game finally. Yeah, the amount of time that I took time off from that game was huge, but I finally got my mojo back. Out of all the games that I played on my Steam library, it took Baldur's Gate 3 just for me to like that MMO again. So I'm just very fortunate and happy that I'm here. I'm actually very, very fortunate to still be here entertaining you guys. And that's why you don't always see me produce videos each week, because let's be honest, when it comes to creating interesting content, it's not always easy. Some will be natural, but let's be honest, not always. And I am not being negative here, but whenever I see some interesting plays from a game, I don't usually have a big reaction to them. Once you've been doing gaming enough for long enough as I have, you basically don't get jumped or hyped up anymore as much. I mean, it's nice to see people make a good play, but it's not something you will get too surprised as much once you've seen enough of them. But I'm just happy that I'm glad that we are getting our good moments out there whenever possible. Whether it's Phasmophobia, Rainbow Six Siege, VR chat, and so on. I did manage to talk to one person in particular in VR chat that has been very busy with life, because I haven't seen him in VR chat in months. So I don't have, like I said before, I'm not gonna spend my every waking moment to DM every single person I know on my contacts list. That's impossible, and I'll be running out of energy if I do that. Yeah, I don't know clue what happened to in that situation there, night. That was very unfortunate. Why does that happen in your case? Yeah, Zach. Honestly, if you want my honest opinion, Zach, MMOs can be fun, but if you are very busy with your personal life, then I will not worry about going to MMOs at all. Again, I'm just very fortunate that I can play the game and show you what the game is like from my point of view. So I'm very fortunate to do that. Yeah, Knight has been having some bad luck with some games causing unexpected technical issues, which is honestly very, very unfortunate. And especially when a lot of money went into that too. Wow. But honestly, overall, I'm just very happy that I'm still able to entertain you guys. And I'm very fortunate to have had help from several bunch of you that have been very generous with their wallets. Whether you are generous with your wallets or gifting games, I've been very, very fortunate. And I try my best. And like I said before, I try my best to try the games as soon as possible if they get gifted to me. But like I said before, when it comes to certain games, it's not that simple for me to do an on and off switch to play that game right away. It's not that simple. Some games I will do as soon as possible. Some I'll just leave for a different time. And unfortunately, in Steam case, if you leave that game unplayed for like a week or two, you cannot refund it. Again, I try my best to refund games that people gift to me, especially United. But the thing is, it's not that simple for me to play certain games. Certain games I'll try as soon as possible, but some that I'm not in a huge hurry. And sometimes it may lead to the case where I don't like the game at all. I wish I could refund it, even though I didn't spend that much time with it, but it's Steam policy, and not much I can do about that. So it's really unfortunate that I cannot. It's very unfortunate that I cannot refund certain games. I really wish it was that simple, but no. I really wish it was that simple. I really wish it was that simple. So, I'm going to take a quick break here. Again, taking this VR headset up is not that simple, but I'm gonna take a quick break here, and hopefully this doesn't screw things up. So, I'm gonna do a quick into this BRB view, and hopefully it doesn't screw up VR chat at all, especially when I take this headset off temporarily. I really hope this doesn't screw it up. I really hope it doesn't. I really hope it doesn't. I really hope this doesn't screw it up. So, give me a second. So that's interesting to note. If I put the headset down, my avatar comes back to life on screen instantly. Wait a minute. You got your account back, but when I launched the game, started playing, then got kicked from the server. Wait a minute. Did you try going to a different server, Knight? Because if you can play any other server, you can still technically play with me. But I'm glad you got your account back. But if you got kicked from the server, you can still rejoin it, can't you? Hold on a second. Is my sound working? I don't know, Cool. You got your kicked from the server, but you should still be able to play the game in a different server, unless the server is like full or something. You can't create a new account. Oh man, technical issue after technical issue with you. It's really unfortunate that it keeps happening. Because if you got your account back and you can log in, you should still be able to play, right? Hold on a second. Let me just switch the view here because you guys can't see me. Oh yes, that's true, Zach. Give me a second here. I'm gonna switch over to this. Yeah. Oh my god. Oh god. I thought you got your account back. Because the thing is, I thought the customer support or whatever with that game, they would give your account back, especially when you did nothing wrong. So, hopefully, I don't know. That's what I was thinking. I did, then I got kicked. What the heck is going on there? How did your account get hacked again? Twice. How did your account get hacked again? Oh my god. How is that happening in your case so much, Knight? Feels like in my case, I don't know. I've been very lucky that has never happened to me. The only time my account ever got hacked, it's not Final Fantasy, but it was on Twitter all those years ago when I know I did not make those posts. And, oh crap. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Give me a second. I'm just gonna quickly. I don't know if you can contact local support again. You're not gonna try contacting customer support again, Knight? Again, I don't know why that keeps happening to you there. Jesus. I really wanted to give you. I wanted to give you the chance to play the game, Knight, but why is that happening? So you're not gonna give it. So you're not going to give it another chance and contact customer support again? Ugh. Why does that keep happening in your case? Why is your account getting hacked? My God. That. You want to enjoy a game, but then that happens. I don't know. If you still have the chance, Knight, I would not give up entirely. Maybe give it another go and see what happens. But if the same thing happens again, I don't think I'll blame you. But two times in a row, oh boy. That must be the worst luck, or some of the worst. That must be. That is just really unfortunate. Wow. Jesus, Knight. How did your account? How did that happen? Especially when you took every precaution, I imagine. My God. Wow. Jesus. I don't know, Knight, but I would go through customer support again and give it another go if you are in the mood for it. I would go to the thing one more time and see if it does anything. But if it happens again after you get your account back and that same thing happens again, then I don't blame you. But if I was in your shoes, I would give it I would try one more time. Because that is very extraordinary that would happen. That is very extraordinary. Oh man. Well, that really sucks. And imagine if that happened and you already spent thousands of hours into the game. Oh, I don't think you would be happy about that. No. Oh no, you would not be happy about that. No. My God. Honestly, Knight, I would give it another go, Knight. If it happens again, then I don't blame you. I would give it one more try, Knight. And if it happens yet again, despite you not doing anything wrong, if you get your account back and it happens yet again, and the same thing happens, then I don't blame you if you're gonna stop entirely, because that is not your fault. It is not your fault. I don't know why that keeps happening. That is very unfortunate. That you cannot even enjoy it. You can't enjoy a game because of reasons. Jesus, that is unfortunate. That is very, very unfortunate. God. You have to wait another month? Oh my God. But honestly, the fact that you're giving you another chance, or based on what you're telling me, you're not. I think you should give it another go, because again, there's not many other MMOs out there that'll give you a good quote unquote value, in my opinion. There's not very many other MMOs out there that will give you good value. So, yeah. Speaking of avatars, Zach, if you're still there, like you saw here in this world here, there's not very many avatars in this game that will give you details. When it comes to the quote-unquote, when it comes to the furries and the quote-unquote anime girls, doesn't matter if it's NSFW or not, you can tell that some avatars have a lot more detail when it comes to certain lighting. Like, for example, you can actually see my face, and you can see my facial features here. And there is, yeah. So Zach, is there some particular avatar search worlds in particular that can allow you to test the avatar and actually have a way to test it in lighting like this? Because it can be very tedious. Oh, you did? Well, that's nice, Zach. If you want to share it, you can post pictures of it if you want. If you want to do it, Zach. But Zach, if there are avatar search worlds in this game that would allow you to try the avatar and have custom lighting like this, I would like to see what it looks like, because I don't want to switch to another world just to find out what it looks like, because it's pretty tedious to do that. Because you gotta switch the world, reconnect, and go through that entire thing again. So that is something that hopefully that is something so if there is an avatar search world that will allow you to do that and search for avatars at the same time, I'd like to have that. But yeah, Zach, I don't know what avatars you do, but I'm happy for you. I wish I had more time to do VR stuff, but I've been very, 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 very busy, to say the least. It's not that simple for me to hop in to do game A or game B. It's not that simple for me. It's not a simple on and off switch, but I'm just very fortunate that I'm still here doing all of this. I am very, 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 very fortunate. Very, very, very fortunate. So I'm actually very glad that I'm still here. All right, so yeah, I'm just happy that I'm still here. So yeah, I've been trying my best here. Like I said, to summarize what I've been saying for the last hour or so, Zach, I'm very fortunate to be doing this. Very, 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 very fortunate. I can only imagine how much all these games cost in total, whether you get them at a discount price or a full price. There are some games that definitely stand out, and there are some other games that really are not that great. And I do try to refund them as soon as possible if I don't like them. But like I said, it's not a simple on and off switch. It depends on the game and if I can go into it immediately. Unfortunately, it's not that simple. So yeah, that's basically it. I only have like 2 hours left, and I have to head off to bed here. But the good news is, I'm happy with Rainbow Six Siege, and I saw a couple of small handful of other games. So, and I'm just happy to be here. We haven't done Audience Anarchy in a while, but let's be honest, getting people in that game is not that simple. I would have loved to check that world out on my own time, but unfortunately, it hasn't been very easy. So, speaking of Audience Anarchy, is that world still popular? I'm gonna quickly check that out here. Is it still there? It's still fairly popular. It's still pretty popular. Although let's be honest here, when it comes to the scripts, it really depends if you don't really know if the script is good or not. It really depends. No, we're not ending. No, Zach, we're not ending. I said I still have time, except that I'll be doing other games that also happen to have VR as well. Do you happen to like Phasmophobia? Because I still have that, and there's also another Phasmophobia clone that I've come across recently called Forewarned. So, I'm guessing you have played Phasmophobia before, Zach, but I don't know if you've played Forewarned. Like I said, it's another Phasmophobia-like clone, although it's not the same game, but it has some interesting ideas on it. A lot more than the other Phasmophobia clones I've come across in the last 2 years. So, I'm just trying to make the most of the time that I have here. I would have loved to have started much earlier today. Yeah, so the only problem with Phasmo is that the game can be tedious at times. Sometimes you have to wait 20-30 minutes to get something that you want. And it's not because you're doing something wrong. It's the game just being RNG and being random. They're trying to make it less predictable, but it just makes it a bit tedious to play at times. And that's what holds it back from being a complete classic. So there are other games like the only other Phasmophobia clone game that I sort of enjoy, and hopefully that takes off, but I'm not really sure. It's called Forewarned. Unlike Phasmo, Forewarned takes place in Egypt, and it does have different maps and locations, so it's not entirely repetitive. And the game does have platforming, and banishment, and it has some variety. So you do have the option to choose either small, medium, or large when it comes to randomly generating it. So the game also has PvP as well, but I honestly turned that off because so that you're not gonna get trolls that will hack and stuff. So it'll discourage them from doing that. So yeah, I don't mind doing Phasmo. So the thing about Phasmo is that it's very interesting to meet people in that game that somehow stick around a bit after that. The VR aspect of Phasmo is not perfect, but when it comes to Forewarned, a game that came out of early access recently, it has a lot more polish into it. So that's why I'm saying it has potential, but I'm not really sure if it will take off or not, because it's really tough to find a Phasmophobia quote-unquote successor nowadays. Not only that needs to have horror, but it needs to have a good gameplay loop that you can play again and again and again. So, yeah, looking at the time here, it's time to switch games. It's like 10 p.m. right now. So, Knight, if you wanna join me, we will do a different game here. So, I'm gonna turn this game off here, but we'll do a different game. So, we're gonna be doing a completely different game here, and Zach. So we're gonna attempt to do Forewarned. I don't know how many people are in this game right now, but in case we don't get enough people in Forewarned, we can do Phasmo like old times. So I'm gonna show you what Forewarned looks like. Hopefully this game we can get some people to play. I sort of have an idea how this game. So hopefully this game will be decent. And if you want to stick around, Zach, I can show you what this game looks like. So Zach, I hope you're still there. I can show you what Forewarned looks like. And I'm actually surprised I can play this game on VR and it's not buggy. Yeah, this game is available on Oculus, so I don't have to run Steam VR on top of it. Oh. There you go. So yeah, Knight, I was not kidding. I was wondering how I was able to run this game smoothly. So this game apparently has a VR option. So yeah, give me a second here. I need to get rid of that message, and I'm gonna be doing this game standing because this game doesn't have a sitting mode. So let me switch to a different view here. Actually, no. What I'm gonna do here is turn on this view right here, and I'm gonna be standing. So that's the only downside to this game, is that there is no such thing as sitting mode in this game. So yeah, I'm gonna be standing so you can see what I'm doing. And yeah, let me just okay, let me just adjust this thing right here. Yeah, Knight, it's good to see you, man. Hold on a second. Let me just make sure that... Okay, let me make sure that I got the thing set up at the right position. So there you go. So this is Forewarned, Zach. I don't know if you're still watching, but I can show you what this game looks like on VR. You can play this game on desktop, which is actually pretty well optimized. So, let's see if it's easy to get people in this game. I really hope it's easy. So I'm gonna set up this lobby right now on host private, and I'm gonna use the modifier that I have set up called custom 1. It's basically the same. It's basically the same, but no PvP. Thank God, there's no PvP. Yeah. This game does have the option for PvP if you wanted to have a little bit of variety, but I don't recommend it personally. Custom 1, save it. Yeah, this game is pretty well optimized. Yeah, no Steam VR. I'm running this on Oculus VR. It's really good. So I'm trying my best to keep my position here. So I'm level 16 already, and let's do a day map, Sobek Oasis, because we haven't had a daytime map yet. So yeah, we're gonna do this game on normal difficulty. Map size will be small. Room visibility will be private. And so Knight, I am going to mention the code to you. If anybody else in this game wants to join in for some fun, PvP is turned off, and here we go. So the room code is 00369917. That's 00369917. 00369917. And by the way, Zach, this game, Forewarned, that we're playing right now, is actually cheap on Steam. I don't know how much it costs in your local currency, but it's actually pretty cheap. I don't know if it's still on sale, but it's not very expensive. I think this game is like a bit cheaper compared to Phasmo. I think this game is a bit cheaper than Phasmo. I'm not sure if it's on sale yet, or it's on sale. I don't know. But we'll try to see if we can get some people to play this game. And let me just go and invite... It's not that simple to copy and paste things on VR. I really wish it was that simple, but I have to go to my keyboard and actually type in the code here. So okay. Nope. I'm trying to find the code. I'm trying to find the template here. I'm pretty sure it's here somewhere. Yeah, I'm trying to find the template to advertise this lobby, and hopefully we'll get at least one person. Maybe we'll get at least one. Hopefully this will. Okay. Okay, hold on a second.
Why is it not raining?
Wait, what?
Why is it not raining right now?
Different weather, I guess. Hold on a second. So... Night, I have an issue. I have to turn out quest link and turn on again. I'm having that issue where I can't type anything. Give me a second. Okay. Hopefully that fixed the issue quickly. Okay, hopefully that fixed the issue quickly, because I was just trying to type. I was just trying to invite people into our lobby here, but I could not type anything at all. So, really? Hold on, hold on. Hold on, I need to turn off Quest Link again. Give me a second here. That's a weird issue sometimes. Oh wait, that's the game. So, for some reason, I cannot type in anything. When I try to go into my actual keyboard. So I have to do it on VR, which is going to be a bit awkward, but I'll try because I don't want to waste any more time. Give me a second here. Yeah, so Zach, if you're still there, I'm trying to show you what this game looks like. But we'll try to get at least a third person to play this game. At least a third person. I know you can do 4, but let's see if we can do a third person. If anybody wants to join us, please let me know. Hopefully my microphone is working right now, because I'd be... Okay, good, it's working. Nothing's worse when the microphone's not working, and you've been talking for 10 minutes, and there's nobody can hear you. So I'll be standing here in a moment, but first I gotta advertise this lobby of ours. Okay, hold on a second. Oh, come on. Okay, no, get rid of that. Yeah, so hold on a second. I need to go into... Nope. No. That is the wrong monitor. Normally I would not do this, but I don't have a choice. That's fine, Zach. Yeah, I'm just trying to show you what this game is like. I don't know if this game will grow on you, Zach, but it's the only other Phasmophobia-like clone that I actually found decent. I don't have a keyboard here. I don't have a keyboard. Hold on a second. Okay, hold on a second. Okay, I'm trying to... trying to type on VR is not that simple. Yeah, trying to type on VR is not that simple. You need to bring up your keyboard, which is already tough. It's sort of tough to do as is. So, okay, so keyboard. Oh. Yeah, I'm just trying to advertise this lobby here, but it's easier said than done. Okay, give me a second here. I don't have a choice, but I do not want. Oh, come on! I didn't want to do that. Oh, I don't want to do that. Oh. Okay. Trying to edit on VR. Easier said than done. What? It doesn't let me. What? For some reason, sometimes QuestLink is so buggy that I cannot type in anything. Oh my god. Oh my god. Does that mean I have to turn off the headset and turn it on again? Oh god, that is annoying. So, Knight, just bear with me. I'm gonna turn this headset off and then turn it on again. Hopefully my game will not hopefully my game will not crash on me here, and hopefully it will reconnect. Let's see what happens. Okay, let's try that again. Oh, come on. Oh, well, hold on. I still can't do it. Hold on. Hold on a second. Yeah, this is very... Now I'm standing in the air, high in the air for no reason. What the heck is going on? What? Am I levitating in midair?
No.
Why am I much higher now for some reason?
Your hands are like 10 times higher now.
Jesus Christ, another glitch in the game. Oh my god. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I have to relaunch the game, put a new code. I don't know what's going on with this issue here. Just bear with me a little longer here. Jesus, why is this being a big issue? Yeah, why is this being a huge issue right now?
For some reason, I have no clue why, I cannot type in anything on my keyboard. Like, everything is completely frozen. I don't know if turning this headset on is gonna fix the issue, but it's weird. So, yeah, this is very strange, and I can't type in anything. I can't type anything at all. Nothing. Why does this happen when I turn on the VR headset? Yeah, this is very strange, and oh my god, this is costing me precious time. Like, nothing. I can't not type in anything. Nothing. Yeah, this is very strange, and why does this happen like every now and then? Why? And it's not the VR headset, by the way. Something with the keyboard. Jesus, why does this keep happening? Yeah, I have no clue. Yeah, I still can't type for some reason. Hold on a second. So, yeah, hold on a second. So, Knight, if you can hear me, I don't have a choice here, but I'm gonna do some troubleshooting. But this will not take more than 5 minutes. So, what I'm gonna do is I will either log off or restart the computer quickly, because this is the only way to troubleshoot what to do here. Because this is very unfortunate that I cannot even type in anything. Yeah, I can't type in anything. Not even here. Why? Why I cannot type in anything? So I'll be right back. So just keep the browser on or your mobile app here. I'll be restarting this very quickly.